Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celeste. I just want to first thank all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning into my videos, commenting, liking, whether you're a newbie or you've been rocking with me for a minute. Thank you so much. I really appreciate building community with you guys. So today I just came to give y'all an update on my hair. If you've been on my Instagram, you know by now that I've dyed my hair again, and I know I said I wasn't gonna dye my hair again. I lied, I know. But I'm gonna explain to y'all why. So in my last video, I showed you guys how my hair had turned green, primarily because when I dyed my hair back to black, the dye that I used had a blue base, and a lot of my hair was blonde, and blue and yellow or blonde make green, and so that's what what my hair started to fade to. Also, once it started to fade, I thought that if I could like lighten it, that somehow it would take away the green. So I did the vitamin C treatment that I explained to you guys in the last video, and that did not take away the green. In fact, it made it brighter, which in hindsight, like, even though I'm making a lot of mistakes, I think it worked out in my favor, and I'll explain that in a minute. So because my hair got brighter, and at that point my hair now had blue, yellow, and green in it, the last color that it needed, or the color that it needed to not be green anymore, was red, because red is the opposite of green on the color wheel. And I'll put that here, I guess, maybe kind of. But yeah, green is the opposite color of red on the color wheel. And so after like doing my research and looking up, looking up other situations on the internet, I came across information that said if you put red on top of green or vice versa, it should make brown. So I had like researched this information and knew this even when I made my last video, but I think I told you guys that I was just gonna wait and let my consultant fix it. But one of my lovely subscribers, I think her name was Blessed Lady 50, who is a licensed cosmetologist. She had commented on that video, and she said if you add some red drops to the dye, that would counteract the green. And so that kind of like confirmed what I had already researched. And so I went into, like, immediately after she left that comment, I went and like kind of like tested one of my locks to see if it would work. And let's see, I don't remember which one it was. I think it was this one, yeah. So I went and tested my locks with the red dye that I had left over from last time, and this was the color that I got. And so like I said, red and green is supposed to make brown, so initially I thought that I would get like a brown color, but I didn't, because I think the red that I used was too pigmented, so it neutralized the green, and it also gave me like a wine color. So once I saw that this was the color that I was going to get on the rest of my locks, I just went ahead and dyed my whole hair. Simply because I didn't like the green. I didn't like how I just didn't like how I looked. Even though in the last video I said that I wasn't concerned about it, but I still started to dislike it as time went on. And also, I was like severely stressed, so yeah, at that time it probably didn't make a difference, but once I like kind of like became de-stressed, I was like, oh wait a minute, I actually don't like this. So that's why I went ahead and dyed it myself, because I just didn't want to continue to wait. And yeah, What else? Oh, also, if you, as you can probably see, there are some strands that are brighter than the rest of my hair. So you know, when I dyed my hair black, I kept some red strands. I actually went through this time and picked out all the strands that I had dyed red, and I separated them from the rest of my hair, and I did not re-dye them. I just kind of felt like, because my hair has been through so much in the last couple months, it didn't make sense to like over process or reprocess my hair if it didn't necessarily need it. So I just decided, you know, I just counteract the green and leave the red locks as they are. And I think it worked out. I think it gives it a little bit of dimension actually. And I would imagine that they would continue to fade over time. Yeah, what else do I want to tell you guys? Oh, I did my hair a little bit differently this time. So I dyed the back first and then rinsed it out. And then I dyed the front first and rinsed it out. That way I wouldn't have to keep the dye on top of my head keep the dye on my head longer than it needed to be. Because I think last time I dyed my hair, some of the dye was on my hair for like at least 2 hours, because I was doing different colors and it took me a while to get to my whole head. And at the end of that process, a lot of my locks were like unraveling, and I think it's because the dye sat on there for so long, and I think it's because I put a lot of dye on my hair last time. So this time I just put like a little bit to make sure that the green was like neutralized, and I didn't keep the dye on longer than I needed to. So the bottle says 15 minutes. I think I only kept it on there for like 20 or 25 at the most. That was the longest. And my hair seems to be doing well. I still have locks that are unraveled, but I don't think they unraveled more during this process. I think they were just unraveled already, and I didn't fix them yet. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I told you guys that I feel comfortable when my hair is black, and I still do eventually want to go back to black, but I also definitely want to give my hair a break, and I will not be dyeing my hair anytime soon because of that reason, because I want to give my hair a break. And furthermore, I think that this is a color that I can live with, as opposed to like the green hair, because it's more of like it's dark already, kind of. It's not black, but it's still a dark color with some hint of brightness. And so I think that this is a color that I can live with until I am ready to officially go back to black. And this time when I go back to black, it should work, because at this point I now have all the colors in my hair. So yes, I think that's all I want to tell you guys. I just want to make sure. Yeah, so comment below and let me know what you think of this color. As always, if you are considering dyeing your hair, I just strongly suggest that you do your research. And it's funny that my hair is red now, because like after my initial hair color, the raspberry color, faded, red was the color that I was considering. And if I had just went ahead and dyed my hair red and then dyed it black, I wouldn't have been in the situation I'm in. So this taught me to always follow your first mind, always follow your gut. Like, even though I really didn't understand why I wanted to dye my hair red at that point, it made sense. But you live and you learn, it's fine. At this point, my hair has now been red for, today's Friday, I dyed my hair Monday. So a little over 4 days. So I'll keep you guys updated on how it continues to fade. I would imagine that it will fade into brown. Yeah, I would imagine that it will fade into brown. I believe if I had to use a darker red, then it would have been brown. But I wanted to make sure that I used a dye that actually had red base to counteract the green. And I bought a darker dye, but it was almost like black, and I wasn't entirely sure. So I just decided to go with what I had tested on my locks. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.